Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I will be making my version of corned beef curry puffs. The filling consists of a delicious fusion of savory corned beef and the warm fragrant notes of traditional curry powder. They are wrapped in a golden brown, blistered, buttery and melt-in-the-mouth pastry. I will be making two versions, the deep-fried version and the air-fried version. Come along with me to see how this ultimate comfort snack is prepared. First, let's make the filling. We need to cut potatoes. I'm using russet potatoes as it is more creamy. You can use any variety of potatoes. So dice it into 1 cm cubes. Also dice the Bombay onions into half cm cubes. You can also use brown onions if you do not have Bombay onions. So just cut them into half cm cubes like so. Then we need to mince our garlic. I'm using about 50 grams of garlic. So alright, our three ingredients, the potatoes, onions and garlic, they are all ready. Let's put that aside. Here is a can of corned beef. I'm using Libby's corned beef. I'm using canned corned beef as it is already cooked, seasoned, thus saving a lot of time bracing and browning raw ground meat. You can certainly use fresh beef, minced chicken, etc. So before you use this corned beef, you just press it and break them so that it's easier to mix around while cooking. So for our spice base, we need chili powder, meat curry powder, turmeric powder, and then what we can do to bring all these three powders together is to pour a little bit of water, about 50 milliliters, to bind the powders together and to prevent the powder from burning when it is being fried later on. So it forms a thick paste like that. Okay, so let's put this aside. So we are going to cook our fillings. Heat up 2 tablespoons of oil. So pour in our diced onions and stir fry it for about 2 minutes over medium heat. So our aim is to get our onions to be slightly brown, or something like this. So when that happens, it's time for us to add our spice paste. So we don't need to stir fry too long, just about a minute or so, until it is nicely incorporated. Okay, so look something like this. So then we pour in our corned beef. Although our spice base looks a little bit dry, I do not add any more oil as the corned beef has a little bit of oil. So after stirring and frying for about 1 minute, the corned beef will render a little bit of oil to make it nice, smooth and moist. Then add in our potatoes and also a sprig of curry leaves. As for the seasonings, we need brown sugar, oyster sauce, chicken powder, and we add about 330 milliliters of water to cook and simmer our filling. So scrape the bottom to prevent burning during the stewing process. So then we are going to cover and simmer for 15 minutes. Make sure the flame is medium-low heat. We need to stir it from time to time. So 15 minutes later, here we go. This is our filling. It's all ready. So we lift it up, put it into a container, and we need to completely cool our filling before we use it as, in the gathering of the filling and making the curry puffs. So now we make our dough. So for the dough, we need to heat up the butter, melt the butter, and bring the melted butter and the oil to a boil. You'll be able to see some oil bubbles, and then pour it over our flour. So while stirring using a pair of chopsticks, so be careful, it's very hot. So we need to pour all of this together so that it helps create a light crackling crust for our curry puffs when you add hot oil to our flour. So after stirring, you can see large lumps form. So we need to break the lumps to make them a little bit smaller and more sandy. So after a little while of gentle kneading, so it looks something like this. So then we add chilled water. So adding chilled water is to create the perfect flaky yet sturdy structure for our dough. So while adding the water a little bit at a time, we need to knead it to bring everything together. So after a while of kneading, it will form a smooth dough. The bowl will be clean like that, and then we need to rest it for 1 hour. We have to cover it with cling wrap to prevent drying out. So 1 hour later, our dough is nice, smooth and pliable. Nice and soft. I love to hold it. Okay, so we need to divide it into 16 equal parts because I'm making 16 curry puffs. So the way I do it is to divide it into 8 parts first. So I use this method because I feel that it is one of the better methods to get approximate size of each dough ball. So roll it into a ball until you reach the last ball. Then take one ball and then divide by 2. Okay, then roll it into a ball again. So do the same until you reach the last ball, creating 16 balls for 16 curry puffs. So I'm also going to put an egg inside my curry puff, a quarter of an egg. So each egg I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. So I've got 4 eggs, so I make 16 wedges. So our eggs, filling and our dough balls are all ready. So we are ready to wrap. Take one dough ball and roll it out into an oval shape of about thickness, I would say about 0.3 cm. Then take about a total 1.5 tablespoons of filling. Then nestle a quarter of an egg in between. And then we are going to wrap it. So press the edges of the pastry dough together to seal the filling tightly inside. Also press out the air so that it does not break during the frying process. Then we crimp. This crimping technique creates a distinctive, decorative, twisted rope-like border that prevents the curry puffs from bursting during frying. Personally, I feel the best part of the puff is this rope-like border. Nice, right? Yeah. However, if you do not wish to fold and pinch, just firmly press the tines of a fork all along the seal edges instead. No problem. It will turn out beautiful as well. So this is the second one. We're going to do 2. Okay, so do the same for all the others until you reach your last curry puff. Okay, so heat up some oil sufficient for deep frying. So once the oil is hot, fry the curry puffs in batches. So I'm going to put 4 for this batch. So 10 of them will be fried, deep fat fried. Then the other 6 I'm going to air fry them. So during the frying process, remember to turn it from time to time. So after about 5 to 6 minutes, you will notice that our curry puffs become golden brown. So it's time for us to lift it up and drain it over a metal rack. So do the same for all the others, 10 of them altogether. And then here we go. This is our oil fried version. Nice, blistered, and very, very melt in the mouth. So as for the air fried version, we are going to spray a bit of oil on the air fryer rack to prevent sticking, and a little bit of oil on the curry puffs to help with the browning process. Air fry it at 190 degrees Celsius or 370 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. So here we go, our air fried version. It results in a lighter, drier crust with significantly less oil and less blistering. Here we are, our 16 beautiful corned beef curry puffs. The front 6 are air fried. They look less blistered than the 10 deep fried versions. Let me know which is your preferred version, the deep fried fat ones or the air fried version. They are excellent when served piping hot as a party appetizer or grab and go snack or paired with a hot cup of tea on a lazy afternoon. The buttery outer crust is melt in your mouth, which immediately gives way to a moist, savory and hearty interior. Do give this ultimate and nostalgic comfort snack a try someday. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy cooking!